everyone. How's it going? I want to talk about what we can do when we go through a loss. And I'm referring to the loss of a loved one, someone that can be expected, unexpected, etc. For instance, you have a parent who passes away that you've taken care of, and now you're thinking, what do I do with myself? Or your children naturally grow up, go to college, move out, have a family, they part ways, etc. And you have time and you have space. And so you think, what am I going to pour myself into? And I'm going to give you some suggestions. If you can write a list of things you enjoyed doing as a child, whether you were 5, 10, 15, 20 years old. As a little girl, I learned how to crochet from my mom and my grandma. And I realized I stopped doing it because I would start with scarves, but I never got them straight and equal on the ends. So as an adult, I watch videos and I learned that when you get to the end of a row on a scarf, you have to do an additional stitch, turn around and go back. So I learned how to do it properly, which then led me to crocheting blankets. And I started to crochet. This is a simple lap blanket, but I got into this because I thought I just wanted to have something to keep me warm in the winter time. So I did that, and then I went on to make king-size blankets as well. So I did a series of 12-inch granny squares, and then I crocheted them all together, and I have a king-size blanket, and it's so hard to move under because it's a huge, heavy-weighted blanket. I did that. I also went back to an ice skating rink here in West Allis, Wisconsin. We have the Pettit National Ice Center where Olympians come and train and such. But they have open skates, so I started to skate again. Well, granted, I fell and I hurt myself. I fell and I don't know what happened, but I fell on my hip. After that, I limped off the ice and I stopped doing that because I thought I'm better on ground. I also tried rollerblading and I was doing really well for a while until I tried to get over a separation in the road. I fell. I flew up in the air and I fell on my back, and it was pretty rough. So I had to take them off and walk all the way back to my car. Um, I learned how to do photography pretty well. So over the past 15 years, I've taken over about 2 million photos per se. Are they all like the best of the best? No, but some are blurry and some come out crystal clear. I have filled my life with animals. I have a flock of 8 birds, which include 5 green cheek conures of a variety of color mutations. I have a Patagonian, which came to our home within the last couple of years, a Nande conure, and we have an Indian ringneck. So I am a mom to a flock of 8. I go kayaking. I go on adventures. I garden. I I go to farmers markets and things like that. So I fill that void, but I fill it with healthy things instead of, I've never been the type to turn towards drugs or alcohol regardless. I remember after I was dealing with a few things from the military, the VA will prescribe to you different medications to help with whether it's depression or anxiety. And I realized that I would rather feel everything than nothing. So I had to stop and say, no, I don't want to be numb. So the way I got through various losses was to fill that void with positive things. So that's just a suggestion. You can do what you want. I never will say you have to do it my way. But I hope this helps someone. Get out of the house, join a group, do your thing, and fill it with love. That's all there is to it. I'll be back.